Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining me. So, this morning, I hope you've got your ingredients at the ready. I haven't got my cup of tea at the ready, but I'm here. Had a bit of a restless night, so I didn't get up till really late. So, anyway, I've got my all my pink ready for my pillow talk, and I'm waiting for at least Stacey because Stacey, I know, is going to join me live. Good morning, Stacey, and there she is. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. So I've got all my moisturizer on. I've done my skin prep. But I wanted to show you this, right? I, because I've been going through all these boxes, I've been rediscovering old loves, right? And I've actually gone on and purchased another one of these because there's only 15 mils in it, and I've had it for so long that it's going to run out. Hello, good morning, Bushra. I'm fine. How are you? But this is called Glowplexion, and I'm going to put some on my face, right? In fact, let me put it on half of my face as a primer. It's very thick. You don't need a lot of it. But I'm going to put it on this half of my face, and hopefully this is going to show up on the camera. Yeah, I think this is going to show up. You see that? As opposed to that. Obviously, I've just moisturised my face, that side. You're doing Youth Glow. Youth Glow is wonderful too. So I'm just using this as a primer. It's fantastic. And you can use this as well as a highlighter. And it's got skincare in it as well, like hyaluronic acid and stuff. But it'd been buried at the bottom of a box, and I thought, yay, so I haven't been buying a lot because I've been rediscovering all the stuff that's in my box that basically I'd packed away for moving. So that is the Glowplexion. This is called Studio 10 Glowplexion. It's £26, but I've had this 15, it's only 15 mils, and I criticised it, even though I was giving it free. So just so that you know, when somebody gives me a freebie, it doesn't make me wax lyrical about it necessarily. I was given this free and said, thank you very much, but £26 for 15 mils, you got to be kidding me. And yet, I've had it for ages and it still hasn't run out because it's so thick. Let me just put some on my hand. It's so thick, you don't actually need a lot of it. So you can use it as a highlighter, you can use it as a primer, you can use it for all sorts of things like that. You could put it on your eyelids. Let me just rub that in and then show you my other hand. Yeah, look. You can see it there, the difference between that hand and that hand. So even though it is, I take my initial criticism back because it lasts such a long time and you don't need a lot of it. I've just bought some more though because I really think I'm pushing it now and it's probably nearly empty. It is, and they do a blush plexion and a bronze plexion, which I've got as well, but I'll show you all that another day. Let's get on. Now I'm going to put the Unisex Healthy Glow over the top just to even out my skin tone, which is looking very, very muddy at the moment because I've been naughty going out in the sun without sunscreen, so it's my own fault. But good old Unisex Healthy Glow helps to even things out for me. So yeah, I'm not putting a heavy foundation. My eyes have been really itchy for the pollen. It must be pollen season. Does anyone else get hay fever? Never used to. It's something I've developed in the last few years. So I had to put my eye drops in about an hour before this video. So I'm going to do a Get Ready Together US and a Get Ready Together Australia. But anybody that's watching this on replay, of course, you can get ready at another time. But I suddenly realised the concept wasn't really working across the channel because some people were going to bed, some people were getting up, some people had already got ready and it was the middle of the day. So I thought I'll just do a UK one and then we'll move on, and I'll do one later on for people in the States, and I'll do one early in the morning, which some people in the UK might be able to join. If I get up sort of 6, 7 o'clock, then well, mind you, that's still going to be people going to bed, isn't it, in Australia? I'll have to work out all the time zones. But yeah, I'm going to do one that fits the 3 main time zones, sort of Australia, America, and the UK. And I'm sure that that should work for everyone. I'm sure I haven't left too many people out by doing that. Okay, now, that is my Unisex Healthy Glow, and I'm going to just put a bit of concealer on, and I'm going to use this Maybelline one. Is it Maybelline? I always forget the brand, but I'm just going to use that one. I don't want anything too thick under my eyes right now because they are very sore. And if this washes off, so be it. I can just touch it up again. This is Maybelline, isn't it? Instant Age Eraser with Goji Berry. Because it will wash off. I will cry when the minute I go outside, and it will come off. So that's one of the reasons I got this one from the drugstore, because it's good. But also, if I use it up, you use Naked Skin foundation. Ah, right. I've never used that one. What's everyone else using? Bushra, are you getting ready with us? Or even if you're not, what foundation is your go-to? Let me see if I missed anyone. I said hello to Bushra and to Stacey. Oh, and to Sunshine. Oh, Vijaytha Satyanarayanan. Hello from India. Hope everyone's well. Namaste. I'm half Indian, Vijay. I'm assuming that you shorten it to Vijay. My dad is Indian, but from Fiji, born in Fiji. Okay. I think that's going to be enough concealer because it will come off. I will cry it off. So I'm not going to take too long worrying about it. And then we'll do some powder. Now, I bought my It Bye Bye Pores powder. I think I said airbrush, didn't I? But I'm going to use it. I said use any of your choice. What have I done with my other brush? My little powder brush. Oh, never mind. This one will do. I'm struggling with foundation at the moment as my skin has gone really dry and everything looks like a mask after a few minutes. Why don't you get a kind of more like a BB cream? So something that's got moisture in it. I tell you the other thing that's quite good is I've got a sunscreen, which I put on this morning actually. I need a little bit more coverage because of my hyperpigmentation, but good morning, Lisa. Hello, how are you? A tinted sunscreen. I use one from Ultrasun. Really good. So you've got your sunscreen, you've got your moisturizer, and you've got your tint all in one. And then you can go around and kind of touch up with concealer in areas that you need to touch up, because I think some foundations can be a little bit drying and they can irritate. And at the moment, I don't know how many people are actually in isolation, but you don't really need to use a heavy foundation. So I would go for a tinted sunscreen. Now, I meant to tell you all, for those of you that really like my Unisex Healthy Glow, but are a bit worried because it only comes in one shade, I think I found a dupe and I've ordered it. And I'll be doing a first impression next week. So don't forget to stay tuned. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. I'm going to do a first impression. I'm going to let you know, but the description sounds identical to Unisex Healthy Glow, but it comes in 3 shades. So stay tuned for that. I can't wait to try it. Okay, and I'll let you know my honest opinion, because you know I love this stuff. I like the Trini's BFF cream, but it doesn't have quite as much coverage. It doesn't blot out my pigmentation as much, although it has sunscreen and this doesn't. But let's see what the other one's like. I can't wait to try it. And it's got lots of good skincare ingredients in it as well. So, yeah, that should be coming. I mean, it depends how long the post is. And, of course, next week, Charlotte's bringing out her serum. I've got a few things to say about that. It looks great, but I've got some criticisms of my good friend Charlotte Tilbury for that. You know, I'm not sponsored, so I can say what I want to say, but I'll tell you in a minute as I'm going. A kind of first impression criticism of a serum. And it's not actually the serum, but I'll tell you, just hold on. I'm going to get my palette. Let's get going with the palette. I'll have to repeat this on the first impression, but all of us at the moment, as you know, you want to... The It Cosmetics CC cream is great. Yes. If you've got pigmentation, sunshine, you need to get the one that I get, right? There's one called anti-pigmentation, tinted anti-pigmentation, all right? So they do all sorts of different ones. They do anti-aging, anti-this, anti-that, family one, sports one, everything else. But make sure you get the tinted anti-pigmentation. Now, if you're really fair, are you really, really fair though? Because they only do the tint in one shade and it's called Honey. And I do worry that it might be too dark for someone if they're really fair. If they are, then I would just get the normal. You can get the anti-pigmentation without tint. Just be a bit careful. It's called Honey. It should work for most medium complexions, light to medium. But if you're really fair, I just am a little bit worried it might look a bit dark. So be careful. Now, what was the other thing you were saying? Clarins Everlasting Youth Fluid. It's because it's cosmetic CC cream. Oh. The CC cream is very good. I'll tell you why CC cream is very good. Is because it's basically a moisturiser, serum, sunscreen. It's great at the moment because you can just slap it on and you've done everything. You don't have to worry about moisturiser or sunscreen or anything. You just put that, as soon as you've cleansed your face, put that on and you've done everything in one go. So it's really good if you're kind of feeling lazy. But again, be very careful with shades with CC cream. Medium tan is too light for me. All their shades are really, really light. So I think I'm going to have to get like tan. And I'm not tan in anything. I'm more medium to medium tan. And their concealer is exactly the same. I have to use medium tan under my eyes. So just be careful with the shades. If you're really porcelain fair, then you'll be fine. Because It Cosmetics seems to go really fair. You're interested in the idea of Tarte's organic formula for base products. Any experience of opinions? I have had Tarte, their full coverage clay foundation, Amazonian clay. Very good coverage. But it is quite full-on coverage. I think I did get one of their other ones. I'm trying to think what it was now. and I wasn't as impressed with it, although it's had some good reviews. Something water something foundation, but Tarte are a very good brand, and they do a lot of shades, so you should be okay. Right, Pillow Talk palettes. I'm going to get that out now. Let me just, because I said to you, I'm going to tell you why I'm criticising the serum, and I'm not criticising the serum. If you've seen, it was to do with the sizes that are going to be available. Now, you know, we're all at the moment, a lot of people all over the world are facing financial hardship, right? And her serum, as we knew, was going to be pretty expensive. Her night cream's £100, her day cream's 75. So we knew it wasn't going to be cheap, her serum. Hello, Ursula. Her serum that coming out is £60 for 30 mils. But she's bought out a travel size option. Now, the travel size option is going to be £25, but for 8 mils. 8 mils. Now, I worked this out, and basically, so if you can afford the outlay of £60, you're getting this serum for £2 a mil. But if you can't, and you really think, well, I need to just try this, or I haven't got the money right now, and you buy the travel serum, the travel size serum, she's whacked on another £1.25.5. So it's £3.25.5. Right, so £25 for 8 mils. Now, no one expects it to be the same price per mil for a travel size. I get that, because you still got the production costs of the bottle, you still got the production costs of the packaging it comes in. So it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same price, right? So, you know, if it was the same price, it would be £16, right? If you got it the same price per mil, it would be £16. No one would expect that. But, you know, even if she sold it for £22, she'd still be making 75 pence a mil. And I think that would be reasonable. Or to make it a 10 mil bottle and give people a third of the bottle for £25. I just think that just made me feel a little bit disappointed, because I think, you know, I've seen posts out there showing compassion for fellow business people from Charlotte Tilbury organisations saying, you know, these are difficult times. It's not just difficult times for businesses, Charlotte Tilbury, it's difficult time for your customers. And I do think you could have afforded to make it slightly cheaper for the travel size, because a lot of people do not want to risk paying for the full size product when at the moment things are very uncertain. So I just had to get that off my chest. You can get a sample with your order. I was going to get a sample before it came out next week, but they're not shipping until Tuesday, so there was no point. It looks exciting. I will give you my opinion. I will be getting the full size, because I am not going to pay £3.25.5 per mil for something that is £2 a mil. So I will let you know what I think of it if you want to wait to purchase. Okay, my little rant over, but I will be repeating all that in my first impression. Do you have a favourite Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow quad? Thanks. Oh, that's very difficult, because I've got almost all of them. In fact, I've got most of them, apart from one that she brought out as a special edition years ago. I do change my mind, because I kind of go through phases of liking things and then changing my mind. If I had to pick favourites, I would say Dolce Vita, which is now called the Bella Sophia palette. That is beautiful. And if, I don't know, are you Asian, the lady that was asking me that? Tria Chatterjee. Very nice on Asian skin. And I love the other one. I love Vintage Vamp. That was the first one I got. Vintage Vamp looks really nice. So Vintage Vamp and Bella Sophia, I would say. What do I think of Bare Minerals? Ursula, I used to use Bare Minerals for years and years. I first started using the powder, and then as my skin got a bit older and a bit more mature, I started to use the serum foundation that came with a brush, and you swirled it. It's very good. I think for some reason, ever since I started getting really into makeup and I kind of abandoned it, but not for any particular reason. So it used to be one of my regular foundations. What I do is I buy a foundation, use it up, then buy another one. And every now and again, I think I'm getting bored, and then I'd go for something new. So I think I had Bare Minerals, and before that I used to use Clarins. And then before that was Estee Lauder and sometimes MAC. But those were kind of the ones. But I'd get one, use it up, then repeat the order. And then eventually I'd get bored and I'd try something different. That was my pattern of getting makeup until I just went crazy. What else? It's so expensive. I thought I'm going to get the full sizes. It's better value. Exactly, Stacey. You know, 8 mils for £25 is ridiculous. Specifically also, she's saying to use 4 to 6 drops morning and night. How long's 8 mils going to last you for £25? You know, I think she could make it for £21, £22. I think that would have been a bit more reasonable given the amount of product that's in it. But we'll see. We'll see. I just wanted to say that because I think at the moment, hopefully what she'll do, because Charlotte's very good at bringing out skincare sets. And if she wants to get forgiveness in my eyes for that, then what she needs to do is bring out a skincare set, which she's done with the Magic Cream and the Magic Day Cream and the Night Cream, and she makes it a lot cheaper to buy a set. If she brings out a set with a serum and a travel size night cream and a travel size day cream, you know she's going to take a lot of money off it. That would be, to me, that would be the best way around that. I love these live chats. Right. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with this palette. I just quickly picked a palette last night and thought, yeah, let's do this. But I think I'm going to go for the day look because I love the day look on this. And because my eyes are so sore and watering, if I go for this Dream one, the Dream one is lovely, but if I go for that at the moment, it's just going to accentuate the fact that I've got very sore eyes because they're going to get that colour by the end of the day anyway. So it's just going to let everyone see that I've got very sore eyes. So I'm going to do the day look because it is beautiful. And so I'm going to go in. So if you're following me, we're going to go in with this prime shade. And if you're using a similar palette, then I just got to wipe my eyes. I'm really sorry. Excuse me, guys. I just do it off camera. My eyes are already watering. If you're doing a similar palette, just go for a neutral kind of shimmer shade, similar to this, okay? And I'm just going to put that all over my lid. And all over the eyelid. It's a beautiful shade. Nice and eye brightening. I'm just trying to avoid putting too much on the hood of my eye because it is shimmery and it's going to accentuate the puffiness. I should have got ready with you, Ali, for its maiden voyage. Well, you can do it on replay. So what I'm saying to people, and Stacey did this last week. Well done, Stacey. I'm saying to people, if you do get ready with me, if you go onto Instagram and you tag hashtag Ali Pallies, ALIPALLIES, then we can all check out one another's looks. And Stacey did that last week. So when you go in, press most recent on the tags, because otherwise what it does is it goes to the ones with the most views. So you won't see the most recent people that have actually posted. So yeah, just click on most recent and then all the people will come up. But Stacey did one last week and she looked fabulous. So if you do copy this at some point, either on replay or you're doing this with me now, then go in to Ali Pallies tag and post your picture. Just tag Ali Pallies and we'll all check one another's looks out. You missed it. It was already sold out. What did you miss? You got the mystery lips box. Ah. Now, I didn't get the mystery box. I don't normally go for them because I am a bit cynical. I think sometimes they're selling off things that kind of, maybe they're not getting rid of, but things that maybe are going to be replaced with other items. So, for example, you know, she's bringing out an eyes to mesmerize, some new eyes to mesmerize. There'll probably be some eyes to mesmerize in the mystery box, which is fine if you like the recent shades, but she tends to do that. And I've got so much of her stuff anyway, I'd probably be doubling up. But somebody, I did see a video last night, you'll have to search because I can't remember her name. And she hasn't got that many subscribers, but she's had a lot of views on this one, which she's posted a video last week saying what's in my Charlotte Tilbury mystery box. And she had an eyes to mesmerize, magic cream. She had magic cream, what else did she have? So she had the eyes to mesmerize, magic cream. She had a couple of lipsticks. She had a Latex Love nude lipstick. She had a Hollywood Lips nude lipstick. And there was quite a bit in it. I'm trying to think what else she had in it. She had a lip liner in Savage Rose. She had, I can't remember. You'll have to look, but there was quite a bit. Oh, and a makeup bag. There was a makeup bag. I remember now. It's a bit like, do you remember that program when we were kids about what was on the shopping trolley? There was the Brightening Youth Glow was in there as well. So there's quite a lot in there. But if you just search what's in Charlotte Tilbury's mystery box, it should come up. She's had a lot of views on it. Right, so I've done my prime shade. Now, can you see what I mean about avoiding, when you've got hooded lids and puffy lids, avoiding this bit? Because if I left it like that now, that's kind of accentuating the puffiness around my eyes. And actually, I probably should, some days I just leave that completely and don't even layer it. I just put the shimmer just directly on the mobile lid and leave that, because this bit we want to darken, otherwise it's going to show how puffy my eyes are. Palette is really beautiful. It is. It's very pretty. And the golds are very pretty in it. Yeah. And the blue, if you've got brown eyes, the blue is so stunning because it's a contrast. And purple. I love wearing purples, of course, but she's only got a couple and they're sort of more maroony purples. Yes, Starry Eyes to Hypnotise, beautiful palette. Okay, let's get on with this look. So I'm going to then go to the enhanced shade, and I'm going to avoid putting too much around this hooded area, but I'm just going to put it halfway across my mobile lid. But you can take yours up a bit more into the socket if you want. I'm going to avoid that because my eyes are very puffy and very hooded today. So basically it's just going to give me that puffiness look because it's a shimmery shadow. But if you want, you can take yours up into the socket. But I'm just doing half the mobile lid with the enhanced shade. And don't feel that you have to follow me exactly. If you want to create something and make it your own, do that too. Or if you haven't got all the products, don't worry. Do what you can with what you have. That's the great thing about makeup, is it's so versatile. So it would be a shame if everyone just copied everyone exactly. Just make it your own. You know, if your eye shape's different to mine, then change the way you're applying it. And now I'm putting the smoke shade and I'm going to build that up into the socket because it's a matte shade, this one. So matte and dark is going to hide some of that puffiness. And I'm going to take this actually all the way along. I don't always do that, but where that puffiness is here, it's just going to take away a little bit from that puffiness. And then into the corner and out. See, isn't that pretty? It's such a simple look, but it's so effective for the day. I love the day look in this palette. Sometimes in previous palettes, her day looks have not been very pigmented. And unless you're very fair, they don't show up. But this one I absolutely adore. Now, this is an optional extra if you're medium skin and you have got hooded lids. Otherwise, you can stop at that because if you've got fair skin, that's going to look great. But again, because I want to hide that puffiness, I am going to go in with... In fact, I'm going to really make it less. I'm going to go in with this really dark shade, which is the smoke shade from the Date Eye. Right, and I'm just going to dab it on with a smudge brush right in the corner because I'll do it on one eye and you'll see what it does to that puffiness. It will just take away from that puffiness and seeing the hood of my eye. I'm just dabbing it on now, don't worry, I'm going to blend it. And then taking it out in a straight line like that. Right now, and I need to make sure that when my eye's relaxed, you can see the dark to suggest the socket. And I will blend that slightly over. But I don't need to take too much shadow because I can blend it over. Now, I'm just going to blend that in and I'm also going to just take that underneath. Otherwise, it's going to look silly if it's not linked up. But you can leave it at that if you haven't got puffy hooded lids because it looks lovely as it is, like that. But I just want you to see what this does if you've got puffy hooded lids. So you can do this with any shadow that's matte and dark. The good thing about the mystery boxes is you get the magic cream, full-size magic cream, which is £75. So you are getting good value. Now, can you see how that's kind of just made my eye look less puffy? If I sort of sit back, it's just given the appearance that my eye is less puffy than it really is. So I'm just going to do that the other side while I'm chatting to you. And this is almost going on wet because my eyes are streaming so much. They are so sore today. We must have a really high pollen in the UK at the moment. And I've taken antihistamines and I've put eye drops in and they just will not stop watering. If I go outside, you can literally see the tears streaming down. I couldn't go out yesterday. Even with sunglasses on, it just... Which is a shame because it's nice and sunny. Right, that should do. And then I'm going to take that across. Yes, it does. It has a lifting effect. And even more so if you clean up afterwards. I think I've shown you this before, but I'll show you. Thank you. Yes. What you do after you finish doing this is you take a makeup wipe and you, as though you're drawing a line from where your eye ends to the top of where your brow ends, you clean up and immediately that lifts the eye. Because if you've got any shadow going past there, it has that effect of making your eyes look droopy. You can see if it does that, then immediately my eyes look droopy. But if you do that, then your eyes look lifted. But so by cleaning up that line, you immediately lift your eyes, and I'll show you that in a minute. I love tricks. Right, and then I'm going to go back to the prime shade that I used at the beginning. This one here, and I'm just going to dot that under my brow bone. And then I'm going to take the enhanced shade. This may not work on me right now, but I'm just going to take some of that enhanced shade and put it underneath like that. I'm only doing it lightly because it's going to make my eyes water. And I'll put the prime shade here. Hello, Helena. Have I missed anyone joining me other than Helena? No, I think I've caught everyone. Right, so that's basically it. That's the eye look. And we are going to take our Pillow Talk liner, or one that is similar. If you don't have the Pillow Talk liner, but you have the Copper Quad matte, it's virtually identical. So you can use that. I'm just going to give this a quick sharpen. You should always sharpen these pencils because they don't have... I'm not sure about her new formula, but her Rock and Coal does not have preservatives in it. So you should always sharpen it before you use it. I'm going to do this very quickly, guys, because if I slow down, the more I do this, the more my eyes are going to stream. Have you tried the Victoria Beckham makeup items? I haven't. I'm very tempted. They're very expensive. I did get her original ones that she did for Estee Lauder, and I love them. I still use the bronzer and the highlighter, but I haven't got any of her ones that she's released on her own. I tell you who has, Rebecca at Not Fit for Print Beauty. She actually showed one on her last video when she was talking about grey eyeshadow. I'd really like to get the burgundy liner, and I'd like to get the blue palette, but we shall see. Maybe with some birthday money. I've got a pretty significant birthday coming up soon. Right, now with the palette, with the eyeshadow, sorry. I'm going to do, actually, before I do that, let me do, so I was talking about getting an aqua liner, and do you know what? I couldn't find my aqua liner this morning. The idea is that if you put a contrasting colour liner in your waterline, it makes your eyes pop. Now, you could use Eye Cheat, which is like a skin-coloured one, which I think Stacey was going to use. Or you could just use a gold. But I always love to do this, but I couldn't find my aqua liner. Didn't have time. So I'm going to use Charlotte's metallic green lights, but Daniel's aqua one works really well. It's just a contrast to the browns and golds and pinks in this palette, but I think the aqua would have worked better. I don't think this is going to stick very well because my eyes are so watery, but we'll try. I probably should have left makeup off today, but then I'd have felt, ugh. Right, so that's that. But normally, if you got an aqua one, can you see how it contrasts? And it just makes your eyes pop, opens them up a bit. But if not, just use the Eye Cheat or a gold one. You used Amber Moon. Wow, can't wait to try that. Thank you so much. Stacey is sending me a spare Amber Moon that she has. I'm so pleased. But don't rush, because I know it's not easy at the moment to get out to the post office. So please don't feel that you've got to rush. It's just very nice of you to think of me and to send me something. So thank you. And I'm going to use Bad Gal Bang mascara because it's good. Well, if you do, that's lovely. But as I said, if you can't, please don't feel you've got to rush, Stacey. Again, this isn't probably going to, this is going to look a bit blotchy because my lashes are completely wet. And I may have to take my makeup off by mid-afternoon. Because when your eyes are itchy and sore from hay fever and you've got eye makeup on, you just want to claw it off. So there is my mascara. I'm quickly going to do my brows with Charlotte's Legendary Brows, if I can find it. I haven't got that to the ready. Hold on. There we are. Was unsure about the use of unusual colours. We'll try after today. So basically, I tend to, if it's sort of, this one is a kind of browny pink, so I'd kind of use green or aqua. When I'm doing a purple eye look, I put blue in the waterline. It's called, makeup artists call it a drop shadow. It accentuates your eyeshadow because it contrasts with it. So I'm just using Charlotte's Legendary Brows, which is so easy. You just brush it through, and this is shade Supermodel. Supermodel, yeah. You have to concentrate a bit more with this because it's got a tiny wand which grabs all the little hairs. But I do love Gimme Brow by Benefit because it's got a bigger wand, and you can just go and you've done. But it's not as good at catching the finer hairs. These ones where my brows hair is getting thinner at the end, this is better for that. That'll do. Oh dear, I'm going to need a little bit more concealer. Okay, so then we're going to use, I said any bronzer, didn't I? I'm going to use Charlotte Tilbury's Bronze and Glow, Film Star Bronze and Glow. You live alone and working from home at the moment, so don't see anyone. Oh, thank you, Sunshine. Oh, that's such a lovely thing to hear. Well, do you know what? I don't live alone, but I'm in the house with two boys. They're not into makeup. One of them likes to watch football. The other one plays on his computer games. So I totally get you, because I like to come on for the company too. So I'm just using this bronzer this is light to medium Film Star Bronze and Glow. And just using the bronzer. I'm not going to bother too much with sculpting because this is quite a soft look. Ah, I meant to show you the cleanup, didn't I? I forgot to do that. Let me show you the cleanup. So you take, I did show this the other day, but for those of you that weren't watching, you take your makeup wipe and you fold it so that you've got a clean line. And then you just, as though you're drawing a line from the bottom of your eye to there, to where your brow ends, you just do that. Right, then obviously you would have to fill it in with a bit of concealer. Where did I put my concealer? I've just put it down somewhere. Where have I put it? Oh dear. That's a brightener one. I've lost my concealer already. How could I lose my concealer? This one will do. It's a different shade, but it'll do. So you then just fill in with your concealer the bit of base that you've taken off. But can you see how that lifts the eye as opposed to that one? Actually, that looks quite obvious. So again, I'll just take the other side. I think that shows up quite well. Take the other side, again, get a clean side, so fold it over again, get a clean side. Do your line. And get your concealer to cover the bit that you've just taken off of your base. And then immediately your eyes lifted. Tips and tricks. Excuse me a minute. I'm just dabbing my eyes again. Right. Now, yes, so I've done my bronzer. And I'm going to do some blush. And I'm going to use the original Pillow Talk blush, because I actually prefer it to the medium one or the intense one, whatever she calls. I like the fact that it has this pop shade, which is almost like a highlighter, which is why I hadn't listed a highlighter. but we're going to do a highlighter as well. Yeah, it was a really easy way of just cleaning up. Now I'm losing everything here. Right, so I'm going to just take this blush and I'm going to swish. And I always swish both sides first before I pop. Just my thing so that it looks even. So I'll swish. And this, I think, is a really nice tone on Asian skin as well. Because the actual swish is quite dark, actually. Swish. It's almost a bronzer. And then the pop is almost a highlighter. So I like to kind of dab that over the top. Slightly overlapping with what I've done before. But can you see? It's almost a highlighter. Now, I said any cream highlighter to Stacey because she wanted to use a highlighter. I'm going to show you what this Studio 10 that I used as a primer does when you put it on over the top and you use it as a highlighter. I'm going to put a little bit, tiny little bit on my hand. And I'll dab it here. See, it's very like the Beauty Light wand. So I'll do that the other side. But if you haven't got this, and obviously use a cream highlighter. I think cream. First time you've made my live. Hello, Leslie. Nice to see you. So there's my highlighter. And I'll put a little bit there over my lip area. And in fact, I'm going to put it in all the usual places. So I'm going to put a bit over my brow. Just to accentuate that highlight a bit. Good morning, Jessica. Happy Easter. Put a little bit down the centre there. A bit more here. And then whatever excess I've got, I'll just stick on my chest. Because it makes your chest glow. Okay. So that is blush, the face done, which leaves us with the lips. Now, I said you can use any Pillow Talk lipstick, medium, original or intense, or a muted rosy pink lipstick. So I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use the medium lip liner, and I'm going to use the intense lipstick because I love it. And it's quite creamy and I like the feel of it on my lips. So where's my medium lip liner? There we go. No, that's the intense one, isn't it? No, I want my medium one. The intense one just gives you a little bit too much of an outline. And I don't want that. This is my medium one. And then I want my intense lipstick, please. Where are you? Pillow Talk medium. Pillow Talk intense. There we are. So basically any Pillow Talk lipstick. Make it your own. Do what you like. I kind of give you the ingredients for a type of look, but I don't want to make it so prescriptive that you just feel you've got to have all the products. That's not the point of this. It's to have some fun and getting ready together. What lipstick shall I use? Which one do you want to see on Fair Skin? Have you got Pillow Talk Original? Or you could use Stoned Rose. What have you got? What would you like to use? Happy Easter. Yeah, thank you, VJ. I'm just sharpening my pencil. Tell us what you've got, Stacey, and I'll give you my opinion if you want. All three Pillow Talk and Stone Rose. Well, why didn't you put the Intense one on? Was that going to be too much for you? Did you feel it's... I'd love to see the Intense one, actually, on Fair Skin. Right, I'm going to use the medium lip liner. And I'm just going to fill them in a little bit. Just roughly. And then I'm going to use the Intense lipstick because it's my favourite. So that is the look. I'm just wondering whether to put a little bit of an ombre effect in the middle. I'm going to try and do that. Just 1 second. I'm going to play. Let me get my original Pillow Talk lip liner out. There you are. Just to give me a slight ombre. And that is the final look. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you if you followed me or if you're going to follow me. And don't forget to post your pictures if you do follow me and do this look, to post your pictures on tag Ali Pallies, that's ALIPALLIES on Instagram, and I shall come over and have a look at all your looks, and we can look at everybody's looks, and I will tag mine, of course. All right, so have a lovely Easter day. Thank you so much, everyone. Love you all. Take good care. Stay home. Stay safe. Save the NHS. Love you all. Take care. Bye-bye. Mwah.